I'm looking at my applications folder, and as I've mentioned previously, the applications that are on this computer are applications that I had before I upgraded to Mac OS X Leopard. So I have the basic Mac OS X Leopard applications as well as applications that I've accumulated over the years. What I want to do is to go now to TextEdit, the application that I've already shown you several times, and look inside it. So I'm going into CoverFlow here, and I can go through the images of, I happen to know they're in alphabetical order, and notice that down here they're moving as I scroll up here. And TextEdit, I could click just down here and it'll move into position here, and I want to look at TextEdit. It's a file, it's an application, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Option key and drag it onto the desktop. Notice that plus sign, that means I'm duplicating it as I copy it. And now I still have it here. You can see there's a progress box up here that it's copying. And here it is on the desktop. If I click on it, I'll double click, I open the application. I'm going to quit out of it. Now I can look at this application in another way. I've talked about files and folders, files being contained within folders. If I hold down the Control key, I bring up a contextual menu for whatever I happen to be pointing over. If I hold down the Control key and push down the mouse button, I will get a contextual menu for the desktop. Those are the commands that I can use now. But if I do it over an application, I have a command here called open. I could open the application and run it, but I could also show package contents. What this is, and I will let up on it, I have opened the application, and when I open it now, inside the TextEdit application, I have a folder called Contents, which I can double click, and I can look inside that, and I have documents and folders. If I look at it in list view, you can see the same thing. I will go up one level by holding down the Command key, and I can come down here into column view. Here's TextEdit, and within TextEdit, having opened it and shown package contents, this is again the Control key and the mouse button down over the application. I can look inside that application, and inside the applications what I have are files and folders again. This in fact is the executable code of TextEdit. It lives inside the TextEdit application, which when you open it to look at the contents of that package, which appears as a single file on the desktop, inside the contents folder, I have a folder called Mac OS and the executable code for TextEdit. I have another important folder here called Resources, and these are the resources that let TextEdit function, as you can imagine from looking at these file names, in different languages. The structure of applications on Mac OS X separates the executable code here from the resources in various languages, the various localization resources, so that when you actually double click on an application, if you're not holding down the Control key, you simply launch the application, and the operating system makes certain that you match up the localized resources with the executable code, and the application will launch. When you build an application in Mac OS X, what you are actually doing is building a package. So there are occasions when you as a user will need to look inside the package. Usually that's when something is not working properly. And you may be given advice if you call a helpline or use the internet or email to get technical support. This is what will be happening if you are asked to open the applications package. You hold down the Control key and the mouse button, and you'll be able to show the contents of the package that is represented on the desktop and in the Finder by a single file. Now, I started this little chapter here by dragging TextEdit out of the applications folder and making a copy of it on the desktop. Whenever you are doing anything to an application, such as looking inside its package, it makes sense, in fact it's the most logical thing in the world, to copy the application so that what you are doing in looking inside the package in case you make a mistake or do something wrong. You still have the original installed application. But now this is done, I can hold down the Control key again, get another contextual menu, and move this duplicate to trash.